evening. My name is Coded Grinstein. Thank you everyone for coming. And before I start to tell my story, I want to thank Viola for hosting us. And I also would like to ask all the My Child's Cancer, הילד שלי, team members to stand up for a minute and say thank you to everyone. Varda, Liron, don't hide please. Thank you everyone. And Natali. So let's just jump right into it. So my story began 15 years ago when our 6-month-old daughter was diagnosed with a very rare and aggressive type of cancer. So we started the usual protocol, but then we realized she was yay big, and the protocol called also for radiation. And we realized there's not a lot of experience in Israel. So she completed her chemotherapy, and then before surgery and radiation, we decided to relocate, just to move to do the surgery somewhere else after we did the research, global research. And there's people who were with me in the war room 15 years ago to try and understand what do we do, where do we find more information to save her quality of life, okay? And maybe to identify information and expertise and treatment which maybe was not available to our doctors and here in Israel. And I remember asking my brother to get on an airplane to meet a Dr. Wexler, who we heard of. Dr. Wexler is here with us. And they met. And in a nutshell, he said, if you want to save your niece, you should come here. And so we did. And we came for a month. However, just before the surgery, the scans showed that the tumor was growing. So Dr. Wexler called us to his office, and he said, I'm sorry, we cannot do the surgery, the tumor is growing. And we said, okay, if it's growing, even more so, let's get it out. And he said, no, we need to give chemotherapy, and we need to leave the tumor inside the body to see if the chemotherapy is working or not, to see if the tumor is still growing or maybe shrinking. And then we explained to Dr. Wexler that he cannot give any additional chemotherapy because she already got all the chemotherapy she can back in Israel. And then he said, just let me do my job. And he gave her 9 times or 9 more cycles of chemotherapy, basically killing her, but he had the knowledge and the experience to save her. Okay, so his experience enabled him to push the boundaries, and by doing that, we believe that he saved her. He saved our daughter's life. And on May 20th, which was yesterday, 14 years ago, she had a surgery to remove the tumor, and ever since, she is cancer-free. So that was 14 years ago, yesterday. Thank you. That's her 2nd birthday, and I wished her happy birthday yesterday. So our month became a year. But after that year, she was NED, or what we call non-evidence of disease. And I remember sitting there at Memorial Sloan Kettering thinking how lucky we are. And I thanked Hashem, and we had many conversations throughout that year. But also I thought, what was our role as parents? Being proactive, searching for information, searching for expertise. We trusted our doctors. The doctors in Israel are amazing. They do everything they can. But doctors are humans. And sometimes they may not know everything, and they may not have access to everything. And I believe it's our role as parents to be the gatekeepers and make sure there's no stone left unturned for our kids, and to make sure they are on the right path. So I decided to document everything I knew about that type of cancer, and I uploaded to a website, and I called it My Child's Cancer. And that was for other parents with the same type of cancer to be able to benefit from what I knew. The best experts, the best medical centers, because we checked all over the world. So I had a list in my mind, and I just downloaded it to the website. And I invited a couple of other proactive parents to do the same, and I recorded them and I uploaded to the website. And what happened is that over time, parents found that information, and they reached out to us asking for additional advice or knowledge or maybe a connection to a doctor. So we established this network of parents, veteran parents who've been there, to assist the new parents and connect them to the experts and guide them and consult. And by this, saving them weeks and sometimes months of bureaucracy and uncertainty and going through international centers of different hospitals around the world. We were able to get information within a couple of days, emailing directly the doctor. And the thing just grew. And I'm talking about 10 years ago. But today, fast forward, we have an organization in the United States, an organization in Israel, and today we have committees to different types of cancers. So for example, we have a brain tumor committee, and we have a sarcoma committee, and we have a neuroblastoma committee for different types of cancers. And our experts today, it's a global network of experts, and they come from overall 18 cancer centers from around the world. And they cover any and every aspect of pediatric cancer. So today, whenever there are parents with a complicated case, let's say that the kid is not responding to treatment, or maybe there is a combination of two types, or maybe there is a non-related complication that complicates things. So we know today to reach out to find the right expert, but it doesn't stop there. We have these experts provide a second opinion, but they also get on a Zoom call with the parents and the doctor in Israel. And these Zoom calls are a win-win-win situations, and these are game changers. So for the parents, they get the best experts in the world working on their child's case. Bless you. And also, they become part of the process, a part of the conversation, a part of the decision-making process, right? The local doctor also benefits, the Israeli doctor, because they work with the best experts on a live case. This is a rare opportunity. It doesn't happen too often. And they learn, and we also see a spillover. So sometimes you see how whatever they learned on this case, they apply on other cases. So we improve the entire level of pediatric cancer treatment in Israel. And so this is a win-win-win situation. And actually, this yesterday was a seminar for the doctors, which is also an attempt that we are doing to bring more information and more expertise and more experience to the Israeli oncologists. Last year, it was on brain tumors, and this year it's on sarcomas. And unfortunately, the need just keeps growing. And more parents approach us. And today it's not only parents. Today it's also doctors who refer complicated cases to us to help them find an expert or information or a clinical trial or treatment. And the purpose of this organization is to allow parents, just like me, just like many of us, to be proactive about their child's cancer. And I just want to end by saying that I wish all of us to always be on the giving side. And thank you, everyone, for coming. And the next speaker, Dr. Fine Levy.